Just to give you maybe a little timeline, 34 years involved in full-time service, and then 26 of those years were in special full-time service. That's involved 3 special pioneer sites on the island of Ireland, and then we've been involved, we're in our 16th year in circuit work, so we're in our 2nd circuit in England, and that's the way it goes.
And during that time, no doubt there have been some encouraging experiences, but there must have been some difficult things to contend with as well. Perhaps, Lil, can you tell us some of the challenges you've had to endure and what's helped you along the way?
Well, I think probably some of the biggest challenges we faced were family illness. I have a couple of family members that have been involved in missionary service and have got quite seriously ill at times. And that's a very difficult thing when you're at one side of the world and they're at the other side. So for the family it was a very, very stressful time. But it was really so encouraging. The brotherhood just stepped in really. The brothers just took the greatest care for them and looked after them until they were back on their feet again. And that was just reassuring for every one of us.
It's good to reflect on what an organisation belongs to. There was another challenge you mentioned.
Yes, I know it sounds a bit mad really, but it was being assigned to Britain and having to be a member of that.
That must have been
It's a bit mad, but it's just I only ever lived there, and it was we knew would be grand when we got here because the brothers are the same wherever you live. The truth's the same, but it was just leaving all our history and our family and all that. And actually we've looked every minute of it since we've been here.
It's an act of faith on thank you. And brother, you into this as well?
Yeah, similar to Lil, I think, because we're sort of galvanised into a schedule and we're busy, but when there's family issues, i.e. health, my mum was 80, she's in her mid-80s now, but when she was 80 years of age, she got had an operation, and then the anxiety with Lil's family as well. And when you get emotionally involved, you sometimes don't think so clearly. So, thankfully, with Jehovah's help, we've been able to think the thing through, get assistance and advice, and Jehovah's always saw us through these difficulties. So our feelings aren't anything that's to come, woe betide, but Jehovah will see us through it, hopefully now.
It's lovely for us to hear how you've been able to contend with those things. Thank you. But there have been some positive experiences along the way as well. Are there some theocratic events that stand out in your mind? Perhaps Lil first.
We've had opportunities to attend lots of really incredible things over the years, but one of the things that really stood out to us was in the early 2000s. We attended an international convention in Paris, Del Pont in Paris, and there were 97,000 in attendance. And in the English section of that assembly alone, there were more in that group than there were in all of Ireland. So for us, it was just incredible to sort of stand back at the back of the hall and look at all these brothers and sisters. And I just feel that it's a brilliant opportunity if you ever get an opportunity to attend those, just to help us see what we are actually part of.
That's amazing. It's something to experience. And Brother Evans, you more recent conventions to that to you.
Yeah, I think it was the one in Dublin. They call it a special convention. It's very similar to an international. You just don't have the missionaries home. And that was in 2013. And in Ireland we had 6,000 to 7,000 publishers. We had 9,000. And the hospitality of the brothers was just exceptional. But I think just sort of trying to think this thing through, it was the fact that we had the sort of theocratic history distilled in one spot on that very special occasion. We knew that we were coming to England as well, so on the back of that, sort of propelling us over to England, it was just a lovely, lovely group.
Fantastic for you to see the growth that you know, as well. Fantastic. Must have been very faith strengthening. Lil, how's your faith grown during your time in the travelling work?
Well, I think when we visit a congregation, you just sit in a new congregation, you get to know the brothers and sisters, and you just look around, and I suppose over the 3 years you get to know more about people and what's going on in their lives, and you realise that everybody in the audience has got stuff going on, and sometimes it's major stuff really, and yet they are there faithfully attending the meetings, and they're faithfully on the ministry, and just that in itself is really great strengthening to me.
as something, isn't it? It's good for us to reflect on as well, brothers and sisters, isn't it? That the endurance that is shown in the congregation can really help build the faith of our brothers and sisters. Brother Evans, a question for you. What convinces you then that Jehovah's behind this organisation?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question. It takes me back to the time when Jehovah God was using Moses to sort of relocate his people, get them out of Egypt. A little bit like moving into Belgium, to make it us all to move into Belgium. Jehovah relocated his people. That's millions of people. To get that unity and cohesion, and yet that's exactly what we have today. On a global scale, with the complexity of a heart, we're all different. And Jehovah's galvanized us together, and he's taken us into a new world. How else can that be done? Sorry, that was a question for you, Robert.
I'll have a think about that for generation. Well, you've been in Suffolk for a couple of months now. You're hopefully getting used to us a little bit. How do you feel when you join a new circuit?
Well, I just look forward to meeting everybody and I find out their stories, their backgrounds.
Lovely. And Wayne?
Yeah, well, I sort of look at it that, you look at it, the brothers and sisters there, and it's really a little bit like a massive anonymity, because I don't know facial recognition, and after 2 years, you know the brothers. So I look at the circuit, 20 congregations, as if it's one congregation for us. That's the way I sort of try to perceive it.
Yeah. Well, we're certainly looking forward to getting to know you both a little better over the coming months, and we thank you for the work that you do and the love you show in and beyond.